You said you have 18 sprinters now, right?
Correct.
So is it ever a worry for you to where it's like, okay, I got a bunch of sprinter vans, but then it becomes a point to where there's not a need for sprinter vans anymore, and then you have all these sprinter vans and you can't do anything with them? Like, does that ever cross your mind?
Yeah. Well, again, I truly benefited from having good relationships, and not only that, identifying that I can't do it all, right? So I got myself into a great partnership, right? So, and with those 18, we don't have all 18 in Jacksonville or just Atlanta. We split them, we separate them,
Okay.
so that way we can balance it out. Also the same thing, we want multiple customers. We don't want just, company A, we want company A through Z. If you have a need for sprinters, we want to have talked to you to make you aware of what we can do, and just, again, continue to diversify our portfolio of who we do business with on a day-to-day basis. So I don't think at this moment, I don't have a fear of like, tomorrow we're gonna wake up and no one's gonna need sprinter vans. I don't have that. I think that it's gonna take a lot for that to happen, where you can eliminate that process of getting the package to the person.
Right.
I think that, the biggest thing on my radar is waiting till it's like electric sprinter vans,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Being in position to do that. And at the same time, we don't tie ourselves to all the assets, so we're not, going out and buying 1,000 vans, at this point, when we want to scale, we will rent and lease as we need to prepare for that. So that way we have complete flexibility. So when the market goes up, we can add to it. When it goes down, we can give them vans back. So we're just capitalizing on every opportunity. So we move as the seasons move. We scale up, scale down. So that's kind of how we are protecting ourselves from a cliff like that.
Is it that easy to just kind of get the vans and give them back? Is there a process? You have to give them a notice? Like, how does that work?
With real relationships, you can. We have everyone, in any city. If you do business with Penske and Ryder and the major leasing companies, majority of the time you'll have a leasing representative, right? And it's up to you to have a good relationship with this person, So it's not a difficult task for me to call my leasing agent and tell them, hey, the next time you guys get a van in, give me a call. I'll come pick it up and utilize it. And again, if you have those expectations, you can set those terms up from the very beginning. Hey, I'm gonna, you can get leases with opt-out options. If you know this is the business you're in, you can get lease options from some dealerships that just have vans sitting and they just need to make money. I'll give, let us get a month-to-month lease. As long as you understand what the expense is and you know that you can generate the revenue to take care of that expense, it's all good.
Got you. Roundabouts, what would it cost to lease a sprinter van for someone? Just you throw a number out there just to give them an idea.
Leasing, renting wise, I would say probably around like $1,100 to $1,200 a month.
Got
a good relationship.
And if that van is running consistently, based on your experience, what can that van make you monthly?
Yeah, I would say that for in a fair market with just doing packages, 6 to 7 days a week, I would say you would be looking at about $8,500 a month in revenue.
Okay.
Per truck. Like I said, I have 2 vans that I own, right? So I have vans, but $600 payments, but again, I evaluated that before I committed to it. So to me, it was a much safer bet for me to buy vans compared to buying more box trucks, right? Because like you said, it's a smaller vehicle.
Right.
They're just like, it's like delivering pieces. It's just, it's nothing too special about these vans other than just, bigger.
Right.
Right. So the maintenance is way less. All the insurance requirements are way less. So I felt good about taking the risk and purchasing 2, right? So that way I do have a couple of assets. So altogether, out of just in Jacksonville alone, right? Out of the 15 vehicles, we have in Jacksonville, I only own 3 of them.
Gotcha.
And 2 of them vans and 1 box truck. And if something happens, God forbid, whenever, we can return everything, right? And still keep our shirt on our back and be able to reposition ourselves if and when needed.
Got you. So as I listen, it's not even really about scale with you necessarily. It's about growing with the seasons. You add capacity, you lower capacity. So there's no number you're trying to necessarily get to. It's more so whatever is on an as need basis.
Do what you do and do it as efficient as possible.
Right.
Right. Because we're finding new opportunities every day, and that now we just add to the revenue, right? But we want to have good practices in place that make sure we're getting maximum efficiency, because you're going to make a lot of money. But the goal is to make a lot of money and retain a lot as well.
Got you.
So being on top of our expenses, being on top of our fuel expenses, and doing, having safety procedures in place that limit our exposure to incidents and things like that. That's what's important. But to me, ultimately, as I said, it's going to require more. And in order to have a operating fleet, it's gonna require some vehicles, right? And your month to months may change. You may find more opportunities that help you increase your utilization of the van. So by that I mean, let's say for example, I got a van every day, and I got a new customer, and they may not need me every single day for a van, right? They may a fish store, right? A local fish store that wants us to drop off goods to people around the city. They may need us 2 days out of the week, right? By me understanding, what my equipment is doing, I can see if I can possibly provide service to that customer, right? And increase the utilization of that van, and in terms increasing revenue in that bottom line. So you'll find different and creative ways of doing business. So that's the biggest thing, as I said, that people have to be prepared to do if you want to get into that local last mile space, is knock on doors. Find opportunities, and when you find them, be focused on delivering excellent service. And when you do that, what you'll see is that they will prefer you, and they will call you out. And when it's more business, they're going to give it to you.
Got you. There's something I know you always talk about, like your mantra is like a road to 100 jobs, right?
Yes, sir.
Why is that important to you? And what is that about? Tell me about that.
The road to 100 jobs. I personally have found passion, right, in creating jobs. I found passion in knowing that my efforts day to day help feed families, right? And I know that in order for me to build the type of company that I want to build, to leave a lasting legacy, I'm going to need people. So I try to lead with that compared to, road to a dollar figure amount, right? I want to be rewarded in just essentially providing opportunity, and not just providing opportunity, developing people. I have multiple people who started as drivers with me that now have their own fleets. I have multiple people that drive for me now, drive for No Limit now, and they are working on getting their own fleet, and I empower them to do that, right? Because I see a great amount of opportunity in transportation. I love where I'm from. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. It's a great place, right? I love it, and I love the people that make that city up. And I feel that we have the opportunity to really capitalize on what's going on nationwide in transportation in general, and just and have our own thing that we're doing. So the road to 100 jobs is just something to keep me focused on the real goals and objective, and not be driven by money and all that other stuff. Is really, I want to create opportunity. So I always say my job is to create more jobs.
Got you. And in working with people, you keep on saying people. How's the response from the people been? How has your people treated you?
Good, man. Just like I say, you get out, what you put in. And I just firmly believe that if you are a real leader, right, and not just a boss, and you are effectively leading and not asking people to do things that you will not do yourself, that you're not willing to do yourself, I think you'll always get good results. You be fair with people, pay them fairly, right? I'm not, things will always, for me, go into the favor of my driver.
Right.
If it's ever any question, right? If it's ever a balance between, it's always what's the absolute most I can pay them and be okay in some scenarios, right? It's, if it's ever anything, I'm going to put it in the favor of the driver, because again, if I want to deliver thousands of packages a day, I won't do that by myself. And I have to have people. I have to have people that believe in the vision. I have to have people that love No Limit the way I love No Limit in order for it to be successful, right? So, learning how to lead, learning how to recruit people and retain them is vital, and it's been crucial for me. I mean, just like I know in the CDL market, that's the biggest thing right now. Everyone has trucks,
yeah,
but not a lot of people have the drivers.
Yeah.
Right. So now we're talking about people that don't have to have any type of commercial driver license and things like that. But I try to encourage them, hey, let's find out more about the industry. You know, where do you see yourself fitting into it? You got one driver, I just helped him, gave him a scholarship, and now he's going to get certified as a diesel mechanic. You know, one day that's going to bring value to me. And it wasn't about being able to say that I did or anything. It's the fact that he put in effort, you know, and I exchange information for effort, you know, because no one gave it to me, right? And I know that a lot of people see it and they want to be a part of it, but they don't know how to get started and where to get started. It's not just something you can just pick up and do. You have to go through it, you know. But it's all circling around the people. You know, you have to have the people in your favor. And, you know, to date, I've been really good, man. I think in my 2 years doing it, I've had to fire one person. You know, I've had some people for multiple years. And like I said, all my drivers bring me more drivers. And I just, you know, I feel confident in saying that if it's someone that says they've been affiliated with No Limit, that they should, you know, I would expect them to have good things to say about our leadership, because I pride myself in being fair, you know, and just overall being a good person. And I feel that within itself, by me showing respect to my people, by me, you know, empowering them to come speak to me anytime, you know, never feeling like I'm on this ivory tower. You know, I'm in the trenches with them. If they packing up the van, I'm packing up the van with you. You know, I'm not showing up and, you know, am I all white and stuff like, you know, I show up to work, I'm there. You know, we're bringing drinks in, we're showing respect, we're asking how your parents are, we're doing all those type of things. So overall, you know, that within itself has been very, very, very critical to my success to date, has been the support of the people in my community.